Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Adventures of Jacoby. I am the Winter Warlock with Storm Gaming Alliance, here for another episode in Skyrim. On the last episode, we left out of Riverwood, headed towards the Reach in search of Karthspire, a hidden cave that within would be hidden behind us here, Alduin's Wall, which would hopefully give us some insight into why the dragon has returned, Alduin, the World Eater, that is, and do a deeper dive into the prophecy of the end times prophecy, which is what we are the last dragonborn, and the prophecy foretold of Alduin's return, and he will consume the earth. Nirn, I guess. After looking over the wall and Esbern explaining to us what the ancient Akaviri had carved into it, we are now sent back to High Hrothgar to speak with the Greybeards to learn of an ancient shout that was used by the ancient Nords to basically pull Alduin from the sky. We will get into that in just a moment. Stay tuned. And welcome back. So yeah, here we are inside Skyhaven Temple. We are going to be heading back to High Hrothgar, the throat of the world. If this is your first time joining us, give you a little recap. So in the first chapter, Jacoby just sort of got into learning about sort of what his destiny here in Skyrim is going to be. Jacoby has lived in Skyrim his whole life, but just lived a simple life. Didn't really get into much, but some unfortunate circumstances found him near the border of Skyrim, and he was caught in an Imperial ambush. They ambushed some Stormcloaks, including Ulfric Stormcloak himself, and we were destined for the chopping block, and as fate would have it, I suppose, Alduin himself showed up while we were about to be executed, and basically we were able to make our escape. And in the first chapter, we spent most of our time doing some work for the companions. We did a little bit of the main quest, learned of the Greybeards, went and got the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller and such. But for the most part, we focused on the companions. At first, we thought it would be a pretty cool idea to be mercenaries. Jacoby is all about trying to sort of a rags to riches story. He wasn't so much a peasant, but like a simple farmer. Didn't really have much in the way of gold and resources. So that has sort of been one of his main goals here in becoming a bit of an adventurer, sort of staring death in the face, and then seeing a dragon, the first dragon that's been seen in centuries here in Skyrim, and to later find out that it is Alduin, the World Eater, basically the king of all the dragons, the worst of the worst. Sort of gave him a new lease on life. So he wanted to make some changes for himself. So he has sort of been, he joined the companions under the pretense that they were basically a bunch of sellswords. Unfortunately, as we got involved in the companions, we found that really they've just become a bunch of drunkards, and we were sent to go deal with some brawls, and we cleared out a troll cave, but we stumbled into a group called the Silver Hand, a group of werewolf hunters. And we then also found out that the Circle, the main warriors in Jorvaskr of the companions, were actually lycanthropes. They were werewolves. So they sort of made us the leader of this vendetta against the Silver Hand. And we tried to work on forging a relationship with Codlac Greymane, who was the harbinger of the companions. And after some fateful encounters with the Silver Hand, they finally got the gumption to basically breach the walls of Whiterun, marched right up the main roads, and started in on an attack against the halls of Jorvaskr, claiming Codlac Greymane's life. And Codlac, in his old age, had decided that he wasn't really much for... How do I get out of this place? My goodness. He was not much for the life of a werewolf. He did not realize that this, as he saw it, curse. Some saw it as a blessing, but he saw it as a curse. That after the more time you spent as a werewolf, when you died, your soul, instead of going on to Sovngarde, which is the resting place of most warriors, the hopeful resting place of most warriors in Skyrim, that in fact, Hirsine, the endless hunting grounds, would actually be their final resting place. And Codlac was really not a fan of that idea. He wanted to join, other members of the companions and some of his other, we're just looping right back around where we came from. He wanted to join his predecessors and his fellow warriors in Sovngarde. So we were sent out before Codlac had died to the Glenmoral witches, who had initially bestowed the curse upon the companions of old as a way for them to gain strength. But little did they know the price they would have to pay for such a thing. I don't know. Oh yeah, nope, nothing there. We don't.
Whoa there! I don't know where you're going, but stay out of. Fine.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not worried about clearing the Draugr out of that place, to be honest. But yeah, it was actually, we were returning to Jorvaskr with the heads of the Glenmoral witches to try to cure Codlac of his lycanthropy, when we found out that indeed Jorvaskr had been attacked and Codlac was dead. We made our way to the far north, to the resting place of Ysgramor, the founder of the Companions, where we were eventually able to cure Codlac's soul of Hircine's influence. And while we were there, we also, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous masser in the sky. Don't see Segunda anywhere immediately, nope. But we also took that opportunity to cure ourselves of our own lycanthropy. We had used our beast form once, and it's definitely strong, and we could definitely see the allure of it, but it just, especially after reading Codlac's journal, we really didn't think that, oh, come on now. That staying as a werewolf was really something that Jacoby was really interested in. So yeah, we cured ourselves of the lycanthropy, and through all of that, we became the harbinger of the companions. And that pretty much rounded out the first chapter. It was very companion-centric. Like I said, we did a little bit of exploring, we did a little bit of stuff here and there. But yeah, it was mostly just focused on the companions. And through that, we visited the Greybeards, and we found out that we are Dragonborn and all of that. So here in the second chapter, that's what we're focusing on, is the main quest here in Skyrim, which is sort of fulfilling our destiny as what is assumed to be the last Dragonborn. So we have, oh yes, that guy. I guess you're not a dark elf, are you? You're a wood elf. Oh, courier. But yeah, we've had to infiltrate the Thalmor embassy. We've had a little bit more dealings with Delphine, who we are beginning to really not be a big fan of. And after infiltrating the Thalmor embassy, learned of one of the last remaining, if not the last remaining, archivist of the Blades, Esbern. found him in the Ratway of Riften, fought a few more Thalmor agents, and a Khajiit assassin hired by Elenwyn to take us specifically out. Returned to Riverwood with Esbern in tow to reunite him with Delphine, and the next step was to head out to the Reach, to Skyhaven Temple, to try to read Alduin's Wall, or see if Alduin's Wall still existed, to try to find some insight into how we can defeat Alduin. For if we do not defeat Alduin, I mean, his name is Alduin the World Eater for a very pointed reason. And as it sits now, the prophecy states that we are in the end times. That the wheels turn on the last Dragonborn, and it is basically up to dear old Jacoby to figure out a way to defeat Alduin and save the world. You can see just peeking out over the mountains there, that's where we're headed, High Hrothgar. You can just see the monastery in the distance. So that sort of catches you up to, to where we are now.
The whole world is useless.
Yep. Yeah, we talked to that guy on last episode. But yeah, so that's where we're at now. We have to make our way all the way back to basically the middle of Skyrim and get back up to High Hrothgar and see if maybe Angir or Bear Trap, if Angir or any of the other Greybeards for that matter, might be able to teach us about a very specific shout that was alluded to on Alduin's Wall, that the ancient Nords used to shout Alduin out of the sky. Ironically, we fought 2 dragons on last episode, but one of which was a fairly nasty frost dragon who really gave us a run for our money. I wonder if we should head this way. And Jacoby had mentioned that it would be really nice if there was some way to force a dragon to land, because we were having quite an issue getting the dragon to land so that we could actually do what we needed to do. I guess we can head off in this direction. That's going to take us over to Falkreath. Nah. We won't take that road. We'll just keep heading this direction towards Riverwood and then skirt around the mountain. I don't know if we're going to go all the way down like through Whiterun, but actually that might not be a bad idea. Depending on what time we get through, we do need to do a little bit of selling and shopping. So we may return to Whiterun briefly here today. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to check in on the companions there at Jorvaskr. We have not been there in quite some time. You can see Dragon's Reach just, poking out over the through the haze of the night right there in front of us. So I think that's actually what we might do. Instead of heading some wolves up top, we'll see if they'll leave us alone or not. But yeah, instead of heading straight over to the monastery, we might just do a little bit of... might just do a little bit of buying and selling, stop in to see some of the companions at Jorvaskr, see if anything's going on there. Who are you? Nord?
What's a milk drinker like you doing out here? Go home to your mother.
Yeah, you shouldn't talk to me like that.
Why? What are you gonna do? Cry?
No, I'm gonna cut your head off.
I don't have to take that from you.
You're literally fighting the Dragonborn. That was... yeah. These people in Skyrim really need to check their attitude. Hey, potion of healing. Yeah, we'll take that, sure, why not? Cool. Well, that was foolish. But yeah, we should also probably check in on Lydia at the, we own Breezehome now, so probably wouldn't be a bad idea to stop in and see her as well. Oh, more wolves. All right. Have at thee. I'll just stand here and wait. Oh, there you are. There's 1 and 2. Okay, we done? We're done. Cool. But yeah, we should probably stop in to Breezehome. Yeah, you know, now I think about it, I was initially thinking, oh no, are these Thalmor? Yeah, these are Thalmor. Are you actually not worried about...
Move along.
Nope. We're not dealing with any of you Thalmor agents. Nope. 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 There we go. So we don't have any... That's interesting that we get a bounty in Whiterun for killing Thalmor agents, but... Oh, an Elven Shield. No, we have an Elven Shield. For sure we have an Elven Shield, right? Yeah, for sure we have an Elven Shield. Do we have it out right now? Nope, we don't have it out. All right, so that's important. There we go. But yeah, that's always interesting. You get a bounty wherever you're at if you engage the Thalmor. And why they didn't engage us, I have no idea. But yeah, we're not going to take any chances because we are being hunted by the Thalmor, despite those three not really caring about us. Could have just let them go, but at this point, better to be safe than sorry. If we come across Thalmor out on the road, we should probably do our best to dispatch of them quickly, because it'll just be it's just a matter of time till word gets throughout Skyrim, and basically every Thalmor we see will be trying to slit our throat. So I guess we have to be a little smart about when and where we engage them. We definitely don't want any bounty. They might forgive us, to be honest, in Whiterun, because we are the Thane and we've done a lot for the people of Whiterun, harbinger of the companions and everything. But I'd rather not. We don't have any real bounty as of yet. Jacoby's not really a criminal, so yeah. But yeah, I was initially thinking that this episode I would sort of just do a time skip and we would just go right there to good old High Hrothgar. But I think instead we are going to, this might be a little bit of a slower episode. I think we're gonna get rid of some stuff. I know our carrying capacity is quite full. Might be worthwhile to do a few, 278 to 335. Might be worthwhile to do a little bit of leveling up. I don't want to get too high level while I'm working through the main quest, but it's one of those things that's just, you can't avoid it. And I don't want to have like 10 level ups waiting for me, because I'm sure I have probably a stupid amount of level ups waiting as it is now. So yeah, I think this episode will be just a little bit of a slower episode. We've been hitting it pretty hard here for these first couple of episodes of the second chapter. So I think maybe Jacoby's earned himself a little bit of a break. So yeah, made our way back here to Whiterun. So I think we will, oh good, there's a deer just running up to the main gates. You don't see that often. But yeah, I think we'll stop in at home. Yeah, it's like 1:45 in the morning. Stop at home, eat some food, get a good night's rest, hang out for a little bit, do a little bit of buying and selling and check in with the companions, and then we'll see what we want to get into past that. I think that'll be pretty good. Yeah, he's literally just running up to the front gates. That's okay. And nobody seems to care. All right. Well, here we are. Whiterun. Okay, so looks like a quiet night here in Whiterun. About 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's check in here to our old Breezehome. Get a good night's sleep. Eat some food. Get a good night's sleep. Take a load off. See how Lydia's faring, taking care of the house. That looks good. Everything's not a mess. We've got our weapons still hanging out, which is always a good thing. Yeah, can deal with that. So what do we have? Did Did you cook anything good for dinner? Let's see what we got here. That's like a boiled cream treat. Some bread. Do we have anything? Did you make anything to eat? You're probably asleep, aren't you? No, at least not there. Oh, there you are.
I am your sword and your long life to you, Thane.
Indeed.
Until next time.
So you didn't make anything to eat, which admittedly is quite a bummer. Well, all right. So we don't have much in the way of anything here, so I guess we'll eat a bit of bread. That's some raw beef. We'll eat some goat cheese, that's fine. Why not? Some venison. Some rabbit. All right, so it looks like just a bit of bread and cheese for dinner, I suppose. And, yeah, a bit of bread, bit of cheese, and off to bed. Are you gonna be in here this whole time? Because that's a little bit unsettling. But, yeah, all right. Well, I will see you all in the morning. All right. Good morning, Lydia. Let me take a look around here. What do we have? So these are, so those are some of our books. I don't think we left anything in here that's worth selling. Nope, but we can indeed put these dragon bones and scales in here. And I'm pretty sure just about everything else we can hang on to for now. And yeah, we'll see. We're going to be hanging on to Dragonbane. We're actually going to favor that, but we can get rid of that staff, no problem. All right, so I guess from here, just going to go out and see if there are some things that we can, see if there's anything that we can offload here. I'm not sure how much, we'll be able to get rid of, but we haven't done much shopping in a while. Sigurd.
Good day, friend. Keep
Yep.
well?
Keeping well. Please stay away from my house.
Got some good pieces up. I don't claim to be...
Well, what do you have, Adrienne? What do you have? I know one thing we need to do is we're going to take your dwarven arrows because we only have a few. Yeah, we're down to like 88. So, yep, you can have those. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep the gloves of the pugilist. And here are the boots. And you can have some refined malachite. That's fine. I don't think we need anything. I don't think we need anything from you, so that'll be fine. Gonna pop over here to the Drunken Huntsman. We'll be able to pick up some more arrows, because I like to keep my arrow stock, at least 100 or so, because then I don't really have to worry about it too much. So,
hello, friend.
Elrendir.
Take a look.
What do you got? 63 dwarven arrows. Well, we don't need 63. Let's take, if we've got 88, let's take 30, and that'll put us up over 100. Those are the best arrows we can get right now, so I think that's pretty good. Yeah, you don't really have anything that we need. Nope. Could have put the gloves of the pugilist in the house. I didn't really think about it, but they don't weigh much of anything, so not too worried about it. I might just have to stop back in at the house and dump off anything that I can't sell that weighs a dumb amount, but I shouldn't have too much that actually weighs a lot. I've been sort of managing my looting here a little bit. So, yes, I did try mercenary work. I joined the companions, and it was all for, I didn't do much mercenary work. So, yeah, would have liked to do mercenary work, but apparently that stuff's hard to come by. Bellathor, you old slaver. What do you got?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Well, let's see. You can have that. That's fine. We want all those, but you can have some black mage robes. You can have a couple of hooded Thalmor robes. You don't have enough money for that. You can have, nope, can't have that, can't have that. Just regular Thalmor robes. Do we have anything that's not terribly heavy? Well, geez, you don't really have much that you can take off of us. Well, you can have all those. You got 24 gold left. I tell you what, do you have any healing potions? You've got one minor healing potion. That's all you can do for me? That's really all you got? What do we have here? Oh, lavender. Here, you can have that, sure. You may not have a single one of our books. Let's see, you can have that empty soul gem, that empty soul gem, those 2 empty soul gems. I think we'll keep all of that. You got 41 gold. You can have that. Down to 18 gold. Nah, you can have that. 12 gold. Yep. I'll tell you what, you can take a potion of stamina and you can keep the change. That's fine.
Do come back.
Yeah, I'll come back when you get more money. So I guess next we will stop in to see, stop in over here at Arcadia's Cauldron and see if we can get a few more potions, because we are a little light in the healing as of right now, and I would like to try to solve that issue. So I think that's what we'll do here. Okay, what do you have for us, Arcadia?
Pardon me. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
All right, so let's see, we've got some potions. What do you have? Potions of healing, we'll take all those. Minor healing. Do you have anything stronger? No, of course not. All right, well, you can have that. You can have that. You can have those. You can have that. You can have those. That, yep. You can have that. Wow, you've got a lot of money. I mean, I guess I probably don't need all those potions of strength. So that'll probably be about good enough. Just a couple of gold away from 35k. So we've made our way back from having just about nothing. Well, not just about nothing, but when we bought the house, we dropped down a little lower than I would have liked to. So let's, I guess we will run up to Dragon's Reach. What are we looking at for carrying capacity now? 118, that's not too bad. Do we have anything for... We want all those. Do we have anything for... What's his face up there? Not really. We might just have to drop some of this stuff. Yeah, we'll probably just have to drop some of this stuff off in the house. So yeah, let's go do that real quick. And then I guess after that, we will check in with the companions after I offload some stuff in the house. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. So yeah, I think I'll probably just skip out on showing you guys just offloading a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I will be back with you all in just a moment. See you soon. And we're back. I've pretty much emptied out our inventory. We're down under 100 carry weight now, so that's pretty good. I think what we will do is we will, we'll come out here just for a second, and we are actually going to do some level ups. So let's bring our stamina up a few. Oh, okay, cool. So there's just a couple level ups that we had to do. Let's see, our archery is really sort of lackluster right now, so we're going to put one of the perks into that. Let's see, power shot, arrows stagger, no, eagle eye, let's see, and this should be the slow down time, but we don't have enough for that. Yeah, we did a little bit more damage with the archery, so that should be fine. One-handed, we can, let's see, what do we got here? Yeah, we can do that. Honestly, our blade is pretty good. I think it was just really archery that I wanted to touch up a little bit. So yeah, I think the Yeah, I think for the last little bit of this episode, we'll just go speak to some of the folks up here, and goodness, stuck on the steps. We'll go speak to some people up here in Jorvaskr, make sure that everything is going according to plan. Or at least, I don't really have a plan, but make sure that everything hasn't gone to shit in our absence, mostly. And yeah, I think that's probably where we will close things off today. And then on the next episode, we will head towards High Hrothgar and see if the Greybeards have any information to tell us. So I don't see... there's a few members of the Circle, but...
Friends
Ayla?
like you are hard to find.
You're someone who can get things done. I like
Yeah, no, nothing really. So... yeah, it looks like they're pretty much up to the same.
I heard some rumors about you and Skjor.
Oh, I heard some
And if you want
rumors.
to keep having ears, you'll pretend you didn't.
Well, it's funny because Skjor's dead, and he's been dead for a long time now, so kind of weird for you guys to be talking about rumors about Ayla and her dead boyfriend. But whatever. I wonder if the boys are outside. Let's see. Yep, some of them are. Farkas?
You've been a good friend to me.
Anything?
Vilkas said you're the new Codlac.
No.
I don't know what that means.
No,
You seem
okay, so
wrong.
nothing really of any import. I don't actually see Vilkas hiding out around here anywhere. So, one thing, I doubt that there is anything, but you never really know. Let me go up and speak to, the guy up here at the Skyforge, Yorland, and see if he has anything for us.
Since Codlac's funeral, the Skyforge feels more...
Oh, interesting, okay.
It's always been said that the souls of the heroes of old are what gives Skyforge steel its strength. But I think the Forge knows the greatness of Codlac's soul. I can't really explain, but it feels like it's young. I'll wager it could now forge metal the likes of which hasn't been seen
Really?
since eras long.
Well, I mean, we already have some strong stuff.
I'm eager to try.
Yeah, okay. So nothing...
Gods be praised.
Yeah, well, I'm not really here to buy anything from you. Oh, a dwarven bow. That's better than our elven bow. Is that what are we still working with the elven bow? Yeah, so 21 and 20. Oh, so the dwarven is not better. Oh, okay. Skyforged steel stuff, which is always nice. Skyforged steel sword, base damage of 32. Our Skyforged steel, yeah, 32. Okay, that's not too bad. I wonder, you know what, while I'm here, do you have any... So you've got some refined moonstone, but I don't think I can do anything with moonstone. Let me get one piece of your steel, and,
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Okay, what do you got?
Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstone.
Oh, okay.
The owner is asking
Right.
me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it.
So it's not really just for me. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Yorland, I gotta hop on this grindstone real quick if you don't mind. I just want to see if I can improve this any. Yeah, 32 to 35. That's cool. I can't do anything with that because I don't have the smithing because it's enchanted. Can't do anything with that either because I don't have the smithing for it. But at least our sword does a little bit more. Does a little bit more damage, couple more points. That's not bad. So, yeah, it looks like this episode is just a little bit shorter than most. But I think that this is a pretty good spot to leave it off. We did some maintenance. We got some things taken care of. Offloaded some stuff, did some buying, did some selling, did some reorganizing, leveled up, did a few odds and ends. So I think that's a pretty cool place to. I think that's a pretty good place to close things out. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out and joining. If you haven't already by this point, please leave a like and a subscribe. It really helps us out as a new budding channel. We can take all the support we can get. I have a few cool things that should be coming out on the channel here in the near future, so definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, I think that's everything. So thanks again for hanging out with the Warlock and Jacoby in Skyrim, and I'll see you all on the next episode.